Well, the verdict as to what voters in this country think about the ECHR membership, the verdict, I think, has been pretty much hidden for a while now because mainstream media don't like what the public have to say on this and want the government to do on this. Before I get to that, though, I just wanted to shout out Frank for becoming the newest member here on the channel. And there is a members only video today on the state of the blue wall, on a huge switch in support in the blue wall constituencies. See the link down below if you'd like to become a member, support the channel and watch that members only video. But when it comes to the ECHR, we've just seen dithering now on an epic scale, a pretty pathetic scale from the government on this. You know, Rishi Sunak now talking about maybe, perhaps the UK leaving in the future. The truth is they should have done this absolutely ages ago. Of course, what you've seen from the government in terms of their strategy on stopping the boats is just to throw money at it. Huge amounts of money being spent on hotels, huge amounts of money handed over to the French. And the end result has been that this year crossings are up compared even to last year. And so you've seen warnings from many, from the former Home Secretary Suella Braverman, and indeed from the former Home Office and Justice Minister Sarah Dines, that the ECHR effectively will continue to humiliate this country until we leave. And a further warning from Sarah Dines, more recently the Conservative MP, on this bizarre, absurd situation where the ECHR are actually getting involved on climate change. She described it as yet another attempted ideological power grab on the part of a self-selecting and self-serving elite out of touch with reality. And just to show you how downright bizarre, absurd, ridiculous this all now is, this from the ECHR today. The ECHR, the European Court, ruling in favour of a group of elderly Swiss women who had argued that their government's inadequate efforts to combat climate change put them at risk of dying during heat waves. So the European Court's decision here could have a big effect now when it comes to all of those signed up to ECHR. The court president there ruling that the Swiss government had violated the human right to a private and family life by failing to put in place sufficient domestic policies to tackle climate change. And people now speculating that this ruling could set a legally binding precedent, serving as a blueprint for how to successfully sue your own government over climate failures. I mean, call me old-fashioned, but I thought it was up to elected politicians and governments to decide what policies they put in place and how the country is run. But look, this all shows you, I think, why the verdict in terms of the UK and the ECHR, from voters at least, even if many in Westminster as usual completely out of touch, what the verdict now is from the people of this country, because people polling have conducted for GB News this survey, finding Labour on 45%, the Conservatives 19%, Reform 14%, so another poll there with Reform close to the Tories in terms of the national polling. And two of the four top issues being stopping the small boats and lowering immigration overall. But, and this is what has been skirted over, I think, by mainstream media for a while now. I've not seen any of mainstream media at any point, despite all of the debate around ECHR, actually highlight any polling on this. And what you see in this poll, 36% of voters say they agree with withdrawing from ECHR, want to leave ECHR, 31% disagreeing, 34% saying they don't know. So that's another poll there showing more people in this country now support leaving the ECHR than remaining. And you've got Professor Matt Goodwin there saying the fact that a plurality of voters favour leaving the ECHR if it means our country can better control illegal migration goes against much of the commentary on this issue. And he says, furthermore, the fact that 66%, two-thirds of Tory party voters support withdrawing, will certainly not go unnoticed in Downing Street. Time, clearly, for talk is long over. And frankly, after all the dithering and empty promises and tough speeches that amount to no action, would a pledge by the Conservatives to leave the ECHR sometime, maybe in the future, would voters even now believe that? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Would you believe the Tories if they now committed to leaving ECHR? Would you believe Sunak? And do you want to see the government go ahead and do that or not? As ever, I will keep bringing you all the latest on this and more. So please do whack this video a quick thumbs up. And of course, as ever, cheers for watching.